In yet another hilariously embarrassing moment for the GOP, the new merch line for their latest concentration camp had to be pulled off the website thanks to Home Depot's lawyers. Home Depot, the notoriously conservative company, which also happens to be notoriously popular for cruising in the gay community, which I'm sure is just a coincidence. And for that reason, they hit Meatball Ron with the cease and desist after he launched a Deportation Depot merch line in preparation for his new concentration camp. There is a lot to unpack here, folks, so buckle in, be sure to subscribe to Really American, and let's jump right into it.
We'll soon have a second detention center for people being held as undocumented.
Governor Ron DeSantis unveiled the state's Baker Correctional Institution north of Gainesville that has been closed for several years now as a deportation depot. Officials say capacity will be 1,300 detainees. It will be staffed in part by the National Guard. The facility, it needs air conditioning as well as some other repair work. Deportation Depot's estimated opening is in about 2 weeks with an approximate cost of around $6 million to get the facility up and running. Well, after Thursday's announcement, the Republican Party of Florida, they started selling merchandise with the logo Deportation Depot, which is a play on Home Depot and that logo. Well, Home Depot tells us it didn't approve the use of the company's branding or logo, and they reached out to the Republican Party of Florida to resolve this issue. As of now, the merchandise is no longer available, or it doesn't appear on the Republican Party of Florida's website.
Here's the headline from PBS. DeSantis announces plans for second immigration detention facility dubbed Deportation Depot. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, that's weird, they forgot the meatball part, is preparing to open a second immigration detention facility dubbed Deportation Depot at a state prison in North Florida. Remember that illegal immigration is a civil offense. These are supposed to be administrative detentions, not punitive ones, yet here we are having another camp opened at a prison. DeSantis announced Thursday that the new facility is to be housed at the Baker Corrections Institution, a state prison about 43 miles west of Jacksonville, Florida. It is expected to hold 1,300 immigrant detention beds, though the capacity could expand to 2,000. In the midst of the national crackdown on immigrants that this country has not seen since the days of internment camps, Meatball Ron DeSantis is dead set on earning his place as Trump's replacement, because one day, seemingly soon, he will shuffle off this mortal coil, and we will finally be free of McTaco tits. But MAGA will need a new leader, and it seems like there is a desperate race to the bottom happening here, wherein right-wing political leaders are auditioning their ability to be cruel. And Florida Republicans are a special kind of sick and evil. There's something in the swamp down there that rots your brain faster than normal or something, because they wasted no time in making and then selling Deportation Depot merch. On Friday, less than 24 hours after DeSantis announced a new facility, the state Republican Party began touting Department Depot merchandise, hats, shirts, mugs, designed to look like the logo of the national home improvement chain Home Depot, where federal immigration officers have repeatedly staged raids on immigration workers across the country. Now, the Florida GOP website that was selling this merch had to pull these items down, but someone got screenshots so I can show you. You can see they had shirts, hats, mugs, even koozies with a logo that's made to look like the Home Depot logo, but it says the Deport Depot instead. The sick fuckers even put the Republican logo in the bottom right-hand corner. Here's one of the ads that someone managed to screenshot before it was taken down. Get your The Deport Depot merchandise today. Shop now. Republican Party of Florida. Trying to directly profit off of these concentration camps is one of the sickest things that I think I've ever seen. I mean, can you imagine them selling Auschwitz or Manzanar merch, and then the sick fucks who would actually buy that stuff and wear it around? We have gotten so far past decency, I'm surprised these people don't burst into flames on Sunday mornings. A now deleted tweet from the Florida GOP read, "Deport Depot, where Florida gets more done. We won't back down to the radical left. Stand with real Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis and take a stand." Clearly, these sickos have lost their humanity, and now they're being fueled by a tribal instinct to protect dear leader at all costs, ignoring the crimes against humanity here that are taking place every day inside of these facilities. Now, Home Depot, for their part, made a statement to The Independent. A spokesperson said, "We don't allow any organization to use our branding or logo for their commercial purposes." That's pretty straightforward and likely calculated as not to bring the wrath of Donald Trump towards Home Depot, but this incident is likely to weaken an already fading relationship between Home Depot and the Trump administration. It wasn't too long ago that the White House was bragging about one of the co-founders of Home Depot, Ken Langone, being excited about the Trump administration's prospects. Ken Langone says he has never been more excited about the future of America than he is under President Donald J. Trump. But it seems like that optimism has soured a bit, as Ken Langone has now expressed disappointment in the way that Trump is running things, especially when it comes to tariffs, which you can imagine would greatly affect a company like Home Depot. It turns out fascism, at the end of the day, isn't good for business. I mean, just ask the German companies that had to reinvent themselves after World War II in order to survive. Being associated with the Gestapo doesn't exactly make you popular. And as ICE's hiring practices become looser and looser, we're starting to see more and more unhinged, unprofessional, and just outright fascist agents running around the streets who feel so empowered by their masks and hidden identities that they just come right out and say what they're doing and why. And they're protected. I mean, it's not like the organization is punishing them for it. This was posted by the official ICE Twitter account, and it shows ICE agents violating somebody's freedom of speech and saying some pretty disturbing stuff.
Mine. We're taking America back, baby. Esto es para América. Los Estados Unidos es número uno. Lo estamos tomando otra vez de nuevo.
Last time I checked, the First Amendment protects people's right to say chinga la migra, which just means fuck ICE. These agents feel the need to rip that down while saying we're going to take America back. Who are they taking America back from? Seems pretty clear that they're hell-bent on blaming America's problems on immigrants, as if immigrants are the reason why rich people are stealing money from you. Folks, stuff like this is why it's more important than ever to take care of your community right now. Look out for each other, and make sure the people around you are informed about what's going on. When we lose these core freedoms, we don't get them back easily, and we are dangerously close to the edge, if not already past it. If you guys want to stay informed on what Trump's fascist administration is up to, well, then you know where to find it, right here at Really American. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.